Hello everyone and no one, and welcome back to another Rotten's Guns. It is a warm 15, 16 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit at my range. It's like below 0 Celsius. Obviously, for the nerds who want to get into it, is the way above 0 for Kelvin. So today I'm just going to do some shooting and some talking and reloading, obviously. And it's freaking cold. I have no idea. I need to push my hearing protection in a little better on my right ear. Thought I had that in good enough, apparently not. But it's, these gloves, it's a bitch. Up, first failure. Come on. So. Helps when I reset the trigger fully. So, one malfunction with the compensator. I'm gonna take my glove off real quick and try shoving that in a little better. Put this back in my pocket so I can get my hand back in my glove, keep my fingers warm, considering the fact I tried wearing my fingerless gloves. Shooting gloves, and those did not want to work very well. So I thought today I'd do some talking about like some of my beliefs for the Second Amendment, since there's been a lot of different stuff going on, and just come on. Just trying to get used to this optic. Man, it is, even though it's not bright out here. Oh, it didn't lock back. So cool. That was one of those things. I am definitely digging the comp, and I am liking the Trijicon RMR. But we'll go into some of the things for that, because there's been the things online because of like Minnesota and whatnot. We're not going to get too political. Actually, I don't want to talk about that. Now we'll go with it. Now, I'll be a little controversial, considering the fact that when it comes to shooting and training and competition and all that, I don't necessarily feel that every single person needs to go to a training class. Every single person needs to go to a competition, even to be able to defend themselves in their home or whatnot. Now, for those of you who are telling me that I'm just dumb and turn that up, brightness some. Oh, sorry. I am way high. There we go. Huh. Where's the round that hit me? Ah! I get my glove out. I'm not saying they're a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't think they're for everyone. And that not everyone's going to need them. Oh, okay, so that's all the mags that I filled. Like, they are a good thing to do. There's a lot of stuff you can learn from the different training classes. I've never been to one, so it's probably me speaking outside of my element, but get used to it. I'm some rando on the internet, and everyone does it. I gotta take the gloves off, do some reloading. Yeah, I have a plethora of pistols I bought to bring out some of my mouse guns. This only had a single failure, and that was just at the final one. So we're gonna go ahead and We'll avoid the 32 a little bit. We'll get some more 9mm out. It was fun shooting my Beretta, but we're gonna get more through the Smith & Wesson, so this Optic gets more through it. Yeah, but to say that it's not worth anything is just an outright falsity. My problem is typically people who go through and use training or classes like that. I've seen far too many of them that they don't practice the skills they've learned from those things and think that just because they went to a class, they now know everything. Like, there are probably a bunch of people who went to classes, constantly practice their basics and the things they've learned in those classes and upgraded from them that would tell me I'm retarded. And for you guys, yeah, I probably am a little bit. But you've also seen the people that they go to classes and it just seems that they don't retain any of the actual information that they got. So it's the whole thing of, we'll see if I go to a class. I am going to try to get to competition this year. I got to look into it. I got to get out more than just go into the range and go into work and go into the gym. Probably should have wrote a script for this as well, but that's not happening. Okay, I think I'm at the, yeah, I got that one fully loaded. Get my gloves back on. I am so glad when I stopped at my folks' house last night after going to lunch with them that I realized I still had my, I say old winter coat. It's from 2021 when I bought it, because my actual old winter coat, the zipper was broken. But yeah, I'm not going through and saying that competition is entirely useless, nor the classes. They are actually a very good thing for probably a lot of people, but there are going to be the people in the world to where they don't really do anything for them. This gun, not necessarily the best with the more winter-esque gloves. But I am liking the Hogue wrap. I decided to go through and put that on a few of my guns, like I have on my actual LCP2. Steel like 13 or 10 to 13. Oh man, this thing is, even though it's the 40 Smith & Wesson version, it's so much fun with a 9mm barrel. Oh, so there we go. We'll go over that one. Now, I am waiting for the next video from TFB TV about their, James Reeves interview with one of the FBI's ballistic testers in the thing of going from the 40 Smith & Wesson to the 9mm. And I've got friends that they like other calibers, just like I like other calibers. And not everyone's going to be satisfied with just a 9mm. Now, the average person is absolutely fine with the 9mm. If we're going to be honest, it's going to do everything you want it to. And it's going to be good for that, especially as long as you have gone through and figured out the right bullet. And that was one of the biggest things the FBI guy brought up. And I don't know his name right offhand, so not throwing shade at him. I will say James Reeves' whole quote-unquote grave, or it's 45 and 40 Smith & Wesson put in the grave wasn't the thing, the clip, I guess, he thought it was. To call the fans of those and to call them an ambulance because the controversy is now over and it's dead and blah, 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 and whatever. It's just one of those things that it all depends on what you're going to be using it for. And what the FBI found was with their with that type of bullet construction, with the 9mm, it did everything they wanted it to for ballistics testing, and then some, I guess. or at least everything at minimum. And it made it easier to get more people qualified because, contrary to popular belief, not just the field agents have to qualify with a gun. There are other agents who just work the offices have to get qualified as well. I am hoping in the next video of it, he'll have brought up so they can get clarification, or I can get clarification on the 20 to 30% hit rate for law enforcement. I should be doing more rapid fire than just slow fire, but it's freaking cold. And I need new boots probably. These ones aren't the best. They're kind of worn out. But I want to know if that 20 to 30% on target hit rate, if that is for law enforcement as a whole or just for the FBI. Because in the report that you can go and find, like the after action report, it just says law enforcement. So I personally took that to be your local, your county, your state, and your federal law enforcement have an on average 20 to 30% on target hit rate, which is atrocious. That means they have a 70 to 80% on target miss rate. So, and from everything my understanding, and what my understanding was, trying not to hit my phone while I do this. Meant, oh crud, what was I saying? Yeah, for that was that it was the law enforcement as a whole. And I know there's going to be the guys that they're not being fully misogynists, and there are the guys that are full-on misogynists and woman haters that try to blame that on the fact that women join the police force. And if you talk to any older cops, especially in like their, or ones that have been for it's like have retired and whatnot, there's been the problem with that since before, or I should say before women ever joined. People just not being able to shoot, usually because they don't train enough and it wasn't really expected. Oh, I need a drink. Ice cold water. So they kind of knew that it wouldn't go, or that the accuracy wouldn't get any better. So by having something that recoils less, like the 9mm in the full size and compact size, gave the regular person or the average officer or agent more rounds on target, or more rounds to use, and something easier to get back on target. Ugh. I probably should have like gave myself some notes for this instead of trying to do all this off the cuff. But I am just so freaking lazy when it comes to all that. Actually, you know what? We're going to take out real quick. Got that there. We're going to grab my my .357 Magnum barrel Derringer. And these ones are the .357 Magnum. Have I even used any of this one? Yeah, I opened it from the wrong side, dummy. Go ahead and put 2 of those in there. Throw the gloves back on. I am probably going to miss both of these rounds. But I still just think the Derringers are fun. So pop that back up. And I do think that the averages have been swayed due to like having actual competent, like good and competent shooters. Oh crap. Ah, I forgot how atrocious these triggers were. Yeah, I didn't hit jack. But these things are fun. I need to practice with it way more. And we have been seeing what seems to be an increase of better shooters in law enforcement. But we still see, you know, things like Acorn Guy, other folks and whatnot that have gone through and just unloaded mags into a freaking area and barely hit the person. But then we've seen like the donut operator and whatnot for some of those, the cops who have one-tapped a guy with a hostage, with a pistol, which is super impressive. I am hitting high. Let's see if we can do something on this thing. Yep, had a jam. As the last round. Huh. It's been so long since I've taken this gun out. Heck, this is the first range trip of the year. Huh. I do good sometimes and bad sometimes. Huh. I know it'd be better if I did this on paper, but that's just not going to happen today. Like, I tried at some of the targets that were left there and just didn't really care. Oh. You know what? Let's take the Beretta back out for a couple rounds. Yeah, I use an Uplula for a lot of these. If I didn't have the gloves on, my hands would be numb. Yeah, I know if you're going to look at going back to the bullets thing and whatnot, if you're going to look at the difference between where the 45 is going to perform better than the 9mm, it's going to come to like the guys that are in the military, predominantly for special forces, because if you look at a lot of them, they are still using 45. I think the guys that got Maduro were using 45. It's like one of them had they had the picture of him where he's got the 1911 with the rubber bands on the palm safety. Because for all of that, they're required to use ball ammo because they can't use hollow points. But when you look at the average person in the US, they're allowed to use hollow points. Which, with the modern day construction of a lot of 9mm, as soon as you start hitting to the hollow points, you really don't need to worry about anything else. The only way you're going to see more is if you're actually looking for deeper penetration, because you're looking at using that particular gun as an outdoorsman's gun. Which in that case, depending on what you're doing, you know, my philosophy for that type of thing is to carry a pistol, obviously, on top of like whatever rifle you'd be hunting with. And what you should be doing is then carrying a pistol that can take care of the largest predator you may encounter, or the largest predator, did I say prey? Largest predator you may encounter, while also being able to potentially take care of the largest prey that can easily identify as a problem, like your elk, moose, bison, buffalo. I overpushed on that one. Oh, got a jam for the feed. I probably ought to throw some gun oil on this. So occasional jams and that, but I don't even think this gun is fully broken in. Okay, so I can rapid fire into that thing, and I am definitely liking the Bret comp. I don't think I actually will look at the Tony systems that goes out to like here or something. Whew. I should probably do a dumb drill. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna take my gloves off, take the one mag out. We're gonna grab this real quick. Come on. So like usual, I meander with what I talk about. Oh, excuse me. No scam likely. I will not accept your phone call. All right, so let's see. 10 rounds. Yeah, that'll be enough. We'll go ahead and grab shot timer. Make sure she's on. Throw it in the pocket. If I can get it to go in the pocket. Put my gloves back on. We're gonna see how well with the bore-sighted. We'll start the first one in double action. How well I can do my dumb drill in the snow with this gun. Like, I got a few guns I need to just go out and actually put them on paper. Where's my... So, we got 2 on target. 3 there. Trudging through the snow. Oh, good lord. And that's fallen. Tighten that. Oh, good lord. Heck with it. We're going to try it from back here. I think I got 2 rounds left. So I did not hit there at all. And I'm probably like 25 yards. So it was 12 shots. So I got 51 to 41 with the first shot being at a 3.92 because I was just trying to see how well I could do that. This isn't so bad. I've got decent clothes on for it. Probably actually ought to pull my neck gaiter up some. Whew. Well, a couple hiccups, but again, we haven't even hit 500 rounds with it. It's working great. I need to get some more of those Langdon Tactical mag extensions. I'm digging those. Go from 18 to 22 rounds. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Let's go ahead and tighten this up a tad. And tighten that up a tad. try not to breathe too heavy, even though I am wearing probably like at least 10 pounds of extra clothes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes from hopefully more of the FBI interview. Just having my hands out this long to reload mags sucks. So I at least ran a drill, sort of. Tighten that a tad. I don't need the shot timer. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm around like 400, like 400 to 500 maybe for this Zulizzi Z1G. I want to say they now have one that has the circle and dot and not just the dot. I kind of want to get one that has the larger MOA. But yeah, there's that. Then there's the hopes with the NFA, because like I am going to go through here and do some research in the next week or so, and probably start the paperwork for an SBS with my Mossberg Shockwave in like the next month and a half. And I'm probably looking at making one of the dumbest builds for a pistol using the Palmetto State Armory Dagger full-size S or whatever. And I think we're using the Recover Tactical Brace or thing. I'm going to go through and actually SBS or SBR it just to use it as a strictly an optic tester, because it's, I believe in something very similar to what since I've mentioned several YouTubers in this whole situation, the YouTube channel Regular Guy Training. Him and I have a similar agreement in how to test optics, and that's not to, you know, just have the optic and kind of shoot it, and while it's not attached to anything, do like really short drops on concrete or taller drops on, you know, really soft sand or dirt. But to just go out and shoot it. And with that is the reason why I should have got one mag for my freaking shield. With that is one of the reasons why so far that Vitauto, which I'm probably butchering his name, and the brand Zulizzi, or Zul, I think it's Zulizzi and not Zulizzi, because there's not two S's. I have kind of been corrupted by the internet, like many people. Like, it's hard to look at the word citrusy and not say it a different way, for those of you who know. But just going through and, you know, seeing how the gun performs on recoil. But using an SBR'd pistol, the optic can still, or the slide can still reciprocate with the optic on it, therefore causing it to have the, you know, oh crud, I can't think of the word for it. to get the vibration from the optic going, but not having to worry about taming any perceived recoil or whatnot, because I'll be able to have easily 3 points of contact. But I mean, for this distance, and heck, let's kind of try to mark it off. All right, so from here, I'm gonna try to see if I can remember doing the yardage from when I played football back in high school. Oh God, that was almost 21 years ago, since I turned 40 this year. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so about 14, 15 yards. Which is funny because, like, 8 years ago, when I was still stationed in New Mexico, I'd have been struggling to hit those, even with an optic. Oh, the freaking cold has my nose running. I should go catch it. Oh. Oh. You know what? Let's we'll refill these mags real quick. And for those who do watch, hopefully you enjoy the whole thing of kind of a first-person perspective, like the body cam-esque. This allows me to not have to be on camera, but not have to worry about how far away I am from it with my wireless mic. Oh. Okay, give me a second. Sorry about that, I had to go blow my nose real quick a bit. Pretty sure y'all didn't want to see the portion of that. Yeah, hopefully the first person perspective is kind of cool to some people. And I do just try to shoot the guns. We got those ones, we'll throw that back in there. And we're gonna see how well, with gloved hands, through. And we're gonna try all 3 mags that I have for that. And I don't know how well it's gonna do with a glove, so I'm gonna do 1 gloved hand, 1 ungloved hand. My ungloved hand being my shooting hand, my dominant. Oh yeah, that's another thing I need to work on, is shooting left-handed. It's like right-handed unsupported and left-handed unsupported and supported. Okay, so that is 6. 1, 2. Come on, 4, 5, and 6. And I haven't used this mag in a long time. I do know that if you do, for some odd reason, decide you want to buy or North American Arms Guardian in 32, and even in their 380 variant, their 10-round mags are only meant for ball ammo. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I decided to do voices just for the funsies of it. All right, so we'll throw this on for 1. Take these 2 mags, throw them in the good old pocket, and put this back in there. Come on. Pop this back up. Yeah, because the 10-round mags for the North American Arms. Use the same 6-round base, then have a 4-round plus extension in a different spring. Whew. That is a bit cold. Is that mag done? Now we're going to grab the one with the ginormous grip. Oh, and I got a jam. That. Oh, and we had the mag pop out. Oh. Okay. Woo! I was really worried that that was a not spent casing. So with this mag extension on, or finger extension, it popped it out. Ugh. And another fail. And the mag popped out again. And another fail, I think, on the last round. Yeah, and the mag wanted to pop out again. I think this thing is not the best for these ones. But the fact that I'm even hitting at this distance is impressive to me, considering the radius for your sight. Come on. There we go. All the way in. And we're getting some feeding issues. Okay, that was an ejection issue, actually. Whew. Okay. I don't know how many more rounds I can take of this thing. It's too cold for it. I mean, granted, okay, it's 5 more rounds. We'll try it. Throw my hand in my pocket for a moment to try to get it to warm up. Even this mag kind of sucks. Oh, we'll try it. And on the last round, had a stovepipe. Whew. Ah. See, the funny thing is, well, I think these things are cool. It probably needs some gun oil since it's of what it is, but oh man, does it feel like to kick like a mule. Like a really small mule, or smaller mule. So what we'll do is we'll throw this one back in here. Now, I openly admitted in the last video that I changed the finger groove on here, or pinky extension, to a different one because the ones that went on originally veered off like this, and I didn't like them. So we'll do throw some 32 in there, and we'll run the Kel-Tec that I got from a buddy of mine while I was still in the service. And it's got a 7-round mag. And I'm starting to get a frost buildup on my beard. Four, 5, 6, and there's 7. And then the last one, a 10-round mag. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, where's 8, 9, and 10. Oh, this is going to be it for the mouse guns, I think. Okay, so we'll grab these two, put them here. And then we'll do a couple more mags of the thing. Pull you back up. So I had a failure to feed, or a failure to eject. That's a first. That one, other than the one failure after the first round. Nope, not the 10 round. Accidentally grab that one. There we go, we're gonna grab the ridiculous one. So that one went off without a hitch. And now on to the final 10 round mag. That one went off without a hitch. So I think the one mag still might be a little newer. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Set those there. Put my glove back on. And we'll do, I don't got much 9 left. We'll do some more rounds through the Smith. But since I've brought up gun tubers, I like that actually go through and do more testing of like regular guy training. I don't watch as much of his stuff. Just because everything he does doesn't interest me. But the dude is pretty freaking smart. The other guy that I like the most, and I haven't watched his channel in a while, I actually need to for gun reviews, like actual full-on, typically 1,000 round gun reviews, would be, oh gosh, I'm screwing up his first name. I want to say it's Brent, but Nightwood Guns. The man is a really good shooter. Way better than me, and has done some really good stuff. The other one I probably like that doesn't do as much reviews for the most part, but still a good shooter and kind of reviews, would be the Humble Marksman. So for if you're looking for YouTubers that are exponentially bigger than I am, there you go. Or I'll actually shout out the guy who I ended up getting this from. And that is MakarovShooter 9x18. Now he started his doing ammo testing with the ballistics gel, just going off the FBI standards, seeing if guns actually did what they were supposed to. He's since added some other ones. He just did recently a review of the Palmetto State Armory micro dagger that he used for, like he wanted to see if he was going to replace his G48. So he used that for competition just because he happened to get a heck of a deal on the slide because it was on sale, and then the frame went on sale. And he put like a little over 1,000 rounds through it and didn't have too many failures. He goes into better detail than I do. But yeah, that's a buddy of mine from the service. Okay, so that's all I can get into that. So like when he did the review on his micro dagger, he actually, that was a G43X size. He actually did the has competition footage of him with it. So more than I've done, he does the voice over his footage, which works. It's what some people do. Some people like to splice in the footage while they talk so they can have that showing. Hopefully I don't fall and reset myself. Shooting low. Like to come out to the range and ramble on while I shoot. Kind of like Hickok, but I don't have a cameraman. And for anyone who wants to complain, that I'm putting my finger in the trigger guard before I go up to shoot, it's just because it's a bit more difficult to get these gloves in here. This doesn't have the biggest trigger guard for gloves. So that was me rambling on about probably a bunch of nonsense as an outsider for a lot of things, and just some random guy on the internet who identifies as a mostly functioning idiot. So I want to thank everyone for watching who watched. If you have any disagreements with me, it's understandable. It happens. Hope you have a wonderful day and a happy good year. It's 2026. Make it a better one. If you feel you need to work out, get in the gym. Get out there and shoot your guns to make sure you're actually good with them. And if you don't feel you have the money to buy for a shot timer, they do make shot timer apps for your phone and even for a lot of the smartwatches that you can download for free. So get out there, get shooting, run yourself some drills, even if you got to kind of make one up to have some fun with it. But once you start having fun, you can actually start doing some of the more serious stuff and just better yourself, folks. Have a good one. I'm Rotten Corpse. This is Rotten's Guns. I don't know why I'm meandering and rambling on a freaking outro like this. So have a good one. Thanks for watching.